Okay, good evening, everybody. It's Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skinned activist. I want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight. This is an impromptu live. Um, I know that the live people will be informed of the live as I continue to speak. But the main point that I want to make on this live, I'm talking to any female, any black female, because this is who it's really affecting. This is who the cyber stalking, the cyber harassment, the cyber terroristic threats are impacting. And it seems to me that the women that are the most impacted by this, it seems to me that it's literally going over our heads, or there's some type of disconnect in us actually standing up and taking action. And I want to tell you, I'm here to encourage you to take action. If you have been a victim of doxing, of cyber stalking, of having a death threat made against you, of criminal death threats, of any type of online or harassment and stalking, go to the authorities and make a report. Don't sit back and continue to be victimized. Don't sit back and do nothing. If black women, because the thing is, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, black women, it's hard to get justice. It's very difficult for the authorities to give you justice because you're black. Let's just be honest. If you was a white woman being a victim of the same crimes that I just mentioned, the death threats, the stalking, the terroristic threats, the perpetrator would be locked up. They would be charged criminally. But because you're black, and if it's just one black woman, they don't believe you, they don't value you, they don't want to do anything about it, and quite frankly, they don't give a damn. But the more black women that come forward, the more black women that stand up and speak out and say, this is what is happening to me, and make reports, file a report, file charges, call the police, go to the FBI, and inform them in detail of what is happening to you. The more people that do this, the more black women that do this, they can't ignore it. Okay? They cannot ignore it. Because the thing is, it's happening to literally hundreds of black women online, being threatened with death, um, being harassed and stalked, being doxxed. It's happening to hundreds of black women online, but the disconnect is in the black women taking action to do something about it. And just because they might be racist against you and darkest against you and not believe you, that doesn't mean that you don't go and report it and put it on the record. You have to speak up for yourself and be your own advocate. Don't allow people to just sit back online and do whatever they want to do. This is my word of encouragement, because a lot of these people are cowards. You got to think about it. Anybody that can sit behind the internet and threaten someone, dox someone, harass someone, stalk someone, that is coward behavior. But you don't have to take it. You don't have to bow down. You don't have to bend. You have rights. It is your right to go and file a police report. It is your right to get on the phone and call the FBI and report the cyber terrorism crimes that's being committed against you. That's your right. Nobody can stop you from doing that. You absolutely can do that. Whatever fear you got in you, don't let these people put fear in you, because their job is to intimidate you and to make you fearful. That is why they're engaged in the actions that they're engaged in. Okay. But I want to let you know you have rights. And a lot of us don't even realize that we have these rights. And I think that that's why I think it's fear. And I think it's the fact that some people just don't understand that they can get up and they can go to their jurisdiction, or you can file in the jurisdiction where the perpetrator is carrying out the crime. It's up to you. That's within your power to do. And I encourage you to do it. I encourage you to take action. I encourage you not to sit back online and just talk about what's happening to you. We know it's bad. We know it's horrible. We know, it causes anxiety and it causes all kinds of different problems. We know that. But what I'm encouraging you to do is to, in the midst of all of that, and I know it's not easy because I've been there and I've done that and I understand. What I'm going to still encourage you to do is to take action. Because if we have enough Black women flooding the authorities in not only in your state where it's happening to you at, but in the state or the vicinity or the jurisdiction of the perpetrator, then guess what? An investigation is going to have to be made and they're going to have to take us seriously. Also, get in contact with YouTube. YouTube is not hard to get in contact with. Well, hold on. I take that back. I actually want to take that back. YouTube is kind of hard to get in contact with, but it can be done. I've done it myself, and I've been able to make some changes myself. My channel was hacked as a result of gang stalking. And it was hacked for 5 months, but I fought and I fought and I fought. And because see, I'm a fighter. That's what you got to be. You can't be weak. You got to get up and you got to keep fighting because it's your right. It's your human right not to be stalked, harassed, doxed, criminally threatened with death, and have violence inflicted and incited against you online. It's your right. And anyone that's doing that to you, I encourage you to go to the authorities in your jurisdiction, which means your state, your locality, and in the perpetrator's jurisdiction, state, and locality. We have got to stand up and take action. If we do not stand up and take action, it's going to keep going on and on. We must demand collectively as Black women who are the victims of this, because you don't see this happening to white women online. You don't see this happening to them. If white women were being somebody threatening to kill them, releasing their address, telling other people to go do bodily harm to them, do you really think that that person's channel would be up? Do you really think that that person would be free to continue to be on YouTube and threaten that white woman and not be charged criminally? But the reason why, again, they don't do it, it's just simple racism. We got to work a little bit harder. We have to work a little bit harder, and we have to fight a little bit harder, and we got to come together. It's going to take more of us. See, one white woman could come and say, this person is doing this to me online. They're threatening my life, and that person will immediately be locked up. But see, with Black women, it's going to take all of us coming together. And there are so many victims out there. You do not, just because people disagree with you, let me tell you something. Just because a person disagrees with you, your being, how you are, whatever the case may be, they don't have a right to come online and threaten you criminally. And I'm saying to you, go to the authorities in your town and in the jurisdiction of the perpetrator. And I'm saying to you, do it in large numbers. Every single victim. And I want y'all to share this video. I want y'all to like this video, because this video is for the victims of online death threats, of online criminal threats, of online cyber terrorism. It's time to take action. It is time to stand up. It is time to stop just sitting up here behind YouTube, allowing people to threaten you and dox you and terrorize you. This is not what this platform is for. But there are people on this platform that are using it for those purposes, and they don't have a right to do that to you. The thing is, you got to stand up and take action. And I will tell you right now, It's not going to be easy. You got to have some thick skin. You could possibly be treated in a racist fashion. People could possibly not believe you because you're a Black female. Understand what you're up against. I'm not here to lie to you. I'm here only to tell you what you need to be doing. I'm here to tell you to stand up and fight back and face the music. I have been fighting for almost a year. Do not let people intimidate you when it comes down to your rights. Do not. You have a right to be who you are and speak your piece and not be threatened and not be doxed. And I don't care who it is. I don't condone that type of thing. That's one thing about me is I never participated. You could disagree with me all day about dark skin this and dark skin that, light skin this. But when you cross the line with death threats, when you cross the line with doxing, when you cross the line with criminal threats and harassing, never stop. I will never stop until I get justice. I'm not going to stop. No, nobody could stop me. The only thing that could stop me is death itself. That's it. As long as God give me the breath in my body, I'm going to keep fighting for justice. And I need every Black woman on here. And I know eventually y'all going to wake up. Eventually y'all are going to wake up. Y'all might not, some of y'all might not be able to see it right now because you're fearful. These people have put fear into your hearts. They've made you afraid. But I encourage you to stand up and be a soldieress and fight, because you're fighting not only for yourself, you're fighting for other Black women that's going to come behind you. If you don't stand up and do something, you know, a lot of the violence that's taking place with Black women right now, a large part of that comes directly from social media, from YouTube. As much as we don't want to admit that, there are people online that have encouraged other people to kill Black women. Okay? It came out of their mouth. And we don't have to stand for that as Black women. We don't have to stand for people going online telling thousands and thousands of people to go out and murder us and kill us. We don't have to stand for people stealing, plagiarizing, infringing upon intellectual property and using it in a malicious fashion when that's illegal. Now, again, I want to let you guys know this is not something that's going to be easy to fight. Now, you gotta be ready to be a fighter now, because it's not going to be easy. But I'm here to just tell you what you are, your rights. You have rights. And I think that a lot of you don't seem to understand that you have these rights. Hold on, y'all, because I don't think that, give me a second here. I don't think that I opened up my chat box there, but that's okay if I didn't. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can go back. Yeah, I don't think hold on, guys. Okay, I think I opened. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, all right. I think I opened up the chat. I don't think that the chat was open when I first started. I told you guys my channel was hacked as a result of my fighting against darkism and subsequently me being gang stalked and threatened with a lot of violence. One of the impacts of that was having my channel hacked. So what's happening is all my settings have changed, and I have to get used to going back and kind of manually reworking everything as I go. But yes, I would like to see, I'm gonna tell y'all what I would like to see. I would like to see the victims flood the authorities, the police departments, the criminal justice system with complaints and charges against people on YouTube that incite violence against Black women, people on YouTube that dox Black women, people on YouTube that threaten Black women. All you got to do is go file, a complaint. If this has happened to you, and of course, I'm not telling nobody now, let's not get it twisted. I want to be very clear here. We're not talking about false complaints. because I don't deal in nothing but the absolute truth. Because a liar, a person that has lied, is going to be found out if you're lying and making up things. So I'm not telling you to go and file any type of false complaints. This is for the people that this is actually for real happened to. If you have been a actual for real victim of cyber stalking, of cyber terrorism, of any of those things, I am encouraging you. I am highly encouraging you to go to the authorities. Number one, let me tell you what you do. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something here with my thing. So I was trying to open up the chat, but I don't know. Oh, there it is. Okay, so number one, here's what you do. You go to the authorities in your jurisdiction and you file a complaint. That's number one. Okay. Number two, you go to find out the jurisdiction of the perpetrator. Okay. And then you file a complaint there. Okay. And you continue to make these complaints. And again, I want you to be aware, okay, that people may not believe you. So make sure you come with your evidence and preserve it. I want you to be aware that even if you do have all the evidence, listen to me carefully, you Black women, even if you do have all the evidence, you got videos, you know, you've got the death threats coming out of the person's mouth, you got all your evidence. Guess what? Sometimes because you're Black, you still won't receive justice. But that doesn't mean that you don't keep fighting. Now, I'm not telling you anything that I'm not doing. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to keep on fighting and I'm not fighting. Rashida Strober is fucking battle tested. I will not stop. That's the one thing that I have that I know no one can ever take away from me. And nobody, and I want you to know that's the secret. Nobody can take away your will to fight. You never give up. When you know you're right and you know you done been done wrong, you keep on fighting. And if I hadn't kept on fighting, let me tell y'all something. I wouldn't have got my channel back. Okay? It was 5 months. 5 months it took me, but I kept fighting and I kept fighting and I kept fighting and I kept fighting. And I lost a couple battles, but I'm in it for the war. This is war. They have declared war on Black women online. This is insane. Black women are not even violent like that. We don't want to go and do nothing to nobody physically. We don't do stuff like that. But these people online have literally declared physical violence of war on Black women. And what we have to do is flood the authorities, whether they believe you or not, whether they are racist against you or not. We have to flood the authorities with complaints in your jurisdiction and in the jurisdiction of the perpetrator. I encourage you to stop just sitting there taking it. Get up. If you know how to get up and get online and watch these YouTube videos, or you know how to get up and get online and hop on YouTube and make a video, you know how to get your butt up and go down there to wherever you file your paperwork at. Go down to your local police department. Go down to the clerk of the court. Go down to wherever you need to go do the filing and file. Okay? Go down there to the police department. And you know how to go online and figure out where the perpetrator is and file in their jurisdiction. File with the police department. File with the courts. Write letters. Okay? Contact YouTube. And if enough Black women do this, because see, I've been able to do some things and I'm just one, because that's just because I'm just a fighter. I'm a super persistent person. A person could say whatever they want to say to me, but there's not a motherfucker alive that can stop me when I know I'm right. You can do whatever you want, say whatever you want. You can never break me. I'm like one of them slaves that a bitch can break. You understand? I'm on my Harriet Tubman. I don't play when I know I'm right. Understand? We must be on the side of justice and righteousness. You on the side of bullshit? I don't fuck with that. You on the side of righteousness? I fuck with that. You on the side of truth? I fuck with that. You on the side of honesty? I fuck with that. You on the side of integrity? I fuck with that. Okay? It must be just and it must be right now. That's very important for me now. I go to bat. That's the type of person I am. So that's what it's gonna take. We can't have you can't be weak. Even though we are victims of this, it doesn't mean that the victims cannot stand up and fight and flex our rights. We have rights. You have a right to go and file a complaint, a police report, go to the jurisdiction of the person and file a lawsuit against anybody that has criminally threatened you or done something to you civilly, criminally. That's your right. And I am encouraging you to flex them. Okay? I am encouraging you to flex them. It's very important. Greetings to everybody that's watching tonight. Because I'm just over it. I've been a victim of all these things, and I just refuse. I refuse to sit back and lay down and just take it. I refuse. It's just simple as that. And you must understand that you have to engage. Once let's say you get up and you finally say, yep, I'm tired of this being doxed and cyber threatened with death and harassed online, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Once you make that decision, you got to act. You got to get up, like I said, and it starts with figuring out where you need to go. Usually it starts with going to the police, making a police report. Go make a police report. Then from there, if you need to go to the courts, if you need to contact an attorney, there are in your whatever area that you live in, there are attorneys that if you cannot afford one, that will be willing to help you either pro bono, which means free, or for a small fee. You just have to look for that attorney in your area. Okay, usually they call them legal aid, and they got legal aid all over the United States. And don't be deterred. This is very important. You can't be deterred by people telling you no. Don't never be deterred by that. You just keep right on going. And I'm not saying that, some of you may go out and you may file a police report, and who knows, it could result in an immediate arrest and a person being charged. Or you could go, to the courts, and it could result in whatever remedy that you're asking the courts for. We don't know what could happen until you get up and move. I'm just saying to you, I don't want you to be discouraged if the result that you want doesn't happen as fast as you want it to happen or right then. I don't want you got to remember, you're Black and you're dealing with racism. You're a Black female. You're not a white female that could just go and say, I'm being harassed online. Somebody is threatening to kill me. Somebody is doxing me. Somebody is doing all this illegal stuff to me, and then you giving, like somebody say, the benefit of the doubt automatically. You're not that. You gotta realize that. That's the one. Wake up and realize that. It's a rude awakening. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but I'm just giving it to y'all straight. You cannot allow that to deter you. You cannot, I repeat, allow that to deter you. You must keep going, because Black women online are under attack, and people are sitting back on YouTube, on this platform, watching it go down, and nobody's doing anything about it. And what's going to end up happening is Black women are going to end up dead as a result of people online that are telling people to go kill them. And the blood is going to be on the hands of the authorities who have been told about it, of the court systems, of the police departments, and even of YouTube. But you got to make them aware of this. Because, see, that's the only time they'll react. That's the only time they'll do something, unfortunately, is if all the violence that these people online are spewing towards Black women and saying, go kill them, go harm them. When someone acts on it and kills a Black woman, and we've been telling y'all this is what's been going on for years, do something. That's the only time they'll stand up and act. It's very unfortunate. But you have a responsibility to Black women who have been cyber terrorized, cyber threatened, threatened with death, those of you that have been doxxed, you have a responsibility to go to the authorities and to let them know and create the paperwork. Create that paperwork and let them know this is what has happened to me. This is your responsibility. And I hope that y'all understand this. Okay, I want y'all to understand this. I'm here to help y'all understand this, and I know that there are some Black women on here that need to hear this. That's why God put this on my heart to come on here and say this and share with you guys. I've been sharing all day with you guys. I had a therapy session. I have been in therapy. I had my therapy session today because of all of the trauma and abuse that I've experienced online and with the police not helping, nobody believing me. It's been traumatic. I've suffered severe chest pains, severe anxiety, depression, headaches, and through all of that, I still fight because I got to remember my why. I understand my why. But I'm just sharing with you, this is what we go through, and it's okay to talk about it. It's okay to say, this is what I'm going through. Don't let these people bully you into submission. They're already trying to bully you and stop you from speaking out by threatening to kill you and telling other people to kill you and do harm to you. That's their way of trying to silence you. So I refuse to allow anyone to keep me quiet. I'm going to tell my story. I'm going to speak on the abuse and the trauma that I've suffered as a result of the gang stalking, as a result of the death threats, as a result of the racism, as a result of the false reports made, all kinds of stuff that has happened. It has traumatized me to the point where I had to go and get therapy. And I know that there's other dark-skinned women out there and Black women out there that's going through the same thing. But for whatever reason, y'all are still intimidated and fearful. Don't be fearful. Do not fear. Do not be intimidated. Speak out. I got my channel back and I'm here speaking out. They thought they was going to silence me. I got my channel back, fought for it for 5 months, and I'm here to speak out because I'm against violence against Black women. I'm against violence against anybody. I'm non-violent. I'm on my Martin Luther King. Okay? And I love my brother Malcolm X to death. Don't ever get it fucked up. But at my heart, I'm against violence. I don't like violence. Okay? Now, I do believe in self-defense. And that's another thing, Black women. We do have to learn to defend ourselves because these people online are telling people to come kill us. They're telling people, they're giving out our addresses, they're giving our phone numbers, they're telling people to kill us. Okay? And sometimes the courts, because it's riddled a lot with racism, it is what it is, are not there to protect you. The police, because again, racism, they're not there to protect you. Look, I put Sandra Bland picture up here. I put her picture up there for a reason. I put her picture up there because we should never forget what happened to that beautiful Black woman. And not just Sandra Bland. I forgot the young lady that was in jail, that they murdered in jail. Gosh, what's her name? She was a dark-skinned young lady, and she had a mental illness. And it was about 8 or 9 officers on this one little dark-skinned woman, and they murdered her. And it was on camera. And it pierced my soul. It pierced my soul to see that happen to her. And when I think about those Black women, and when I think about Sandra Bland and the Black women that have been, whether you agree with them or not, y'all, I come on here and I might say, oh, this is plagiarizing. But you know what? Hey, that doesn't mean that you have a right to inflict violence. Like I said, I'm not for violence. How you got to think how sadistic it is when you get to the level that you want the person killed. When you get to the level where you get online and tell other people to go kill another person. Think about how sadistic and evil that is. You're dealing with some sadistic people online. It's not just, oh, I disagree with you on this point or that point. It's, I disagree with you, or I don't just disagree with you. I hate you to the point that I want you dead. That's what they're doing to black women. That is exactly what they're doing to black women. They're not doing this to white women. They're not doing this to other races of women to the extent. And I'm not saying that it doesn't happen to them, but I'm saying there is a war, an all-out war on black women online. And it's a deadly one because they're telling people to kill us. That's why I'm saying go to the authorities and make a report. If someone online has threatened you to kill you or told other people to kill you, if someone online has threatened to do bodily harm, if someone online has inflicted violence in any kind of way, if someone online has doxed you, if someone online has cyber terrorized you, you need to go to the authorities in your locality. And if you know the locality of the person, go to the authorities. Okay? Go. Don't wait. And have your evidence ready. Again, I can't stress that enough. We're black women. They're not going to just believe us off the top of our head. So you're going to have, your evidence ready to go. Have your evidence ready. Yeah, so that's what I really wanted to say, y'all. I really appreciate y'all being on here tonight, listening to me, because God put this on my mind to speak on, and I'm just really sick of the violence against black women. I am really sick of the lies being told on black women. I am really sick of the hatred towards black women, the evil, and the thing is, you don't really have to do nothing but be black. They're doing this to you because you're a black woman, and they have some type of self-hatred within themselves and some type of hatred that they develop for black women. And so now what they've done is use the internet to say, you know what, this is how I'm going to get you. I'm going to try to destroy you, but flex your rights back on them. They threaten to kill you. You go and file a police report on them in your jurisdiction and in theirs and take it into the courts. If they call CPS on you, make false reports, go file a civil lawsuit in your jurisdiction and their jurisdiction. Okay? You do it the non-violent way. And that's another thing I want to encourage. I'm going to put it like this. You do it. If they're saying they're going to kill you online and telling other people to kill you, don't go back and threaten them. Don't do that. What you need to do is you need to use y'all remember Thurgood Marshall, may he rest in peace. During the civil rights movement, you had different ways that black people were fighting for their rights. And one of the most effective ways, it's not always effective, but it creates a groundwork. Somebody got to lay the civil rights for black women online. And that's what I feel that I have done myself in terms of modern day civil rights. With, the litigation and the legal things that I've done, I've laid the groundwork because I said I'm not going to take it, but I'm doing it the legal way. I'm fighting my battle through the courts. I ain't got to come at somebody and threaten them. I don't do all of that. I don't threaten people with violence. Okay? I ain't got to do all of that. I ain't got to tell people to go to kill somebody. I don't do all of that. Okay? So that's what I'm telling you to do, is to handle it through the courts. Handle it through the courts. And again, be prepared for racism now. I'm not going to sit here and tell you and sell you a dream that everything going to be all cool and fine just because you go file a lawsuit. You have to be prepared for racism within the so-called justice system. We all have to be prepared for that. But the point is, there's something to be said about a person that is not willing to lay down and be beat down and abused and terrorized and threatened and stalked, and that will stand up and fight for their rights, even if they lose. Even if you lose, you win. Understand me, because you stood up and you made it easier for another black woman who came out with a YouTube channel that got something to say. It could be different from your point of view, but she got something to say. And there are those that come on there and disagree, and they hate her and they're angry and they want to attack her and threaten her with violence. Because you stood up and she see you stood up, she said, okay, I can stand it. That's why I say, if hundreds of us who have been terrorized and victimized and threatened with death and by other people online, if we all stood together and went and filed charges and lawsuits in the courts in our jurisdiction as well as the jurisdiction of the perpetrator, I promise you this would stop. I promise you this would stop. Okay? I promise y'all that. I promise you. So we have to stand up and we have to keep fighting. We cannot allow people to continue to do this to us because of their hatred for Black women, their evilness towards Black women. Because you got to understand, we're dealing with people that literally hate Black women. And a lot of us, I didn't realize this. I myself personally did not realize this until I got online. I did not know that there was so many Black men in our community that literally hated Black women for being Black women. It is the most sickening realization ever. And that they would go to any length, include the worst length is to tell other people to kill you, because of their hatred. It's sick, sadistic. And I'm telling y'all, the way that things are going, I promise y'all, and I don't want to see this, but these people are telling people to kill Black women online. Thousands of people are seeing this. Nothing's going to be done until a Black woman ends up dead, until multiple Black women end up dead at the suggestion of the people on YouTube that's telling people to go kill them because they're Black women. Mark what I'm saying. And God forbid, I don't want to see it happen. But if it does happen, nobody's going to do anything until, just like with George Floyd. May George Floyd rest in peace. George Floyd, and the irony of it is, you got these Black men online that's telling people to kill Black women, but you got Black women that was out to the protest. I was one of them, supporting George Floyd, who was murdered by a white police officer. You see, we have love towards them. At the end of the day, we come out, we show love, but at the end of the day, some of them, not all, have pure hatred. I'm out here still wanting justice for George Floyd. He was murdered. The man was murdered. He said, I can't breathe. You right there on camera. I can't breathe. He's gone. They talk about money. Money is not everything. Trust me. The family got millions of dollars in a settlement, but that money is not going to bring George Floyd back. People make a big deal about money. Okay, yeah, money is great. Okay, but money ain't fucking everything. I'm finna tell y'all that right now. I don't give a fuck with nobody. Some things are about integrity. Some things are about principle and fucking integrity. Yes, that's one of the ways in this country that we say you done somebody wrong, and one of the ways we're going to remedy it is with money. But I'll tell you one thing, that fucking money does not bring back that person. And there was somebody out there that loved the hell out of George Floyd, and ain't enough of fucking money in the world is going to make them feel better. Some people are like that. You got some motherfuckers that's money hungry. They money hungry. And you got some people that got real genuine love, and it ain't about that. They like, yeah, that's cool, but I would rather have that person back. You understand? So, with the way it's going now, with the way things are going now on YouTube, if a Black woman ends up dead, it, to me, YouTube, the platform that's allowing people to come on here and do this, is the problem, you know. And I hope that it doesn't take a Black woman dying and being murdered and killed in order for YouTube to wake up, in order for the authorities to wake up. But I think at the same time, even still, if something happened, God forbid, to a Black woman as a result of the Black men on YouTube, the ones that are telling, and even the white ones that are participating in it, telling people to go out and kill Black women, I think that it'll be like, for a little minute, people will rise up, but it's a systemic thing. It's so deeply entrenched that it'll still be like people still don't care. It'll go back to the way it was, but we can't just use that as an excuse. We got to get up and do something. We got to create a path. We got to create, a paradigm of fighting against violence of Black women online. We got to create that. And to the credit of, I remember a couple of years back, there was some Black women online that was leading up the initiative to stop some of the violent channels online from continuing to perpetuate violence against Black women. And that was a great start, because that was really, honestly, from what I've seen, that was really the start of it. I'm really not starting nothing new. That was really the start. So I got to respect that. I have to respect that. But we got to keep going. Okay? We have to keep moving forward. Okay? Quasi, I'm not going to be, the thing with me is I really don't do too much of, too many live streams where I just let people just come on like that. And the reason is because of what I'm talking about right now. And I'm not saying you, I'm just giving you the reasoning, the stalking, all the harassment that people do. They're even using the live stream links that you're giving, that you might put out, to begin the harassment and the stalking. So that's why. So what I like to do is I like to have it prearranged and not just, put out the link. If you notice, I never put my link in the chat box at all. I don't. I know some people got that style, and YouTube has changed over the years, because I remember when this used to be all done on Google Hangouts, like 2016, 2015. It was all this technology just keeps changing. Now we got to go through StreamYard to go live. Before that, first it was Google Hangout, then they got rid of Google Hangout, then they started doing it directly from YouTube, then they got rid of it directly from YouTube to StreamYard and other platforms. So the technology just keeps changing and changing. So there you have it. But yeah. Whew, excuse me, y'all. No offense. I need to get my behind off of here and go to bed. But I just want to make sure I come on here and encourage you guys, the victims, all the victims. I want y'all to take action. I want y'all to take action immediately. I don't want y'all to keep waiting. One thing about me, I'm an action taker. It's not about being online all the time, talking. Yes, people like when you come online and talk. They like when you come on your channel, but the real work is done offline. You can't spend your whole time, online talking about what needs to be done. At some point, you have to get off of line and go actually execute and do whatever needs to be done. And that's the way I want to encourage you guys to do that. I want to encourage you not to just sit online, listening to what I'm saying. I'm telling you to go out and to take action. I'm telling you, if you are a victim, I'm telling you to gather up your evidence, go to your police department, go to the FBI, go to the court system in your jurisdiction, and then I'm telling you to go to the FBI, the police department, the DA, and the court system in the person who is committing the crime against you online, their jurisdiction. And I'm telling you to take action. That's what I'm telling you to do. And I'm telling you that it is your right. It is your right to do that. You have every right in the world. Nobody can stop you from doing it. Don't let these people intimidate you. Okay. And I just pray to God. I'm going to keep coming on here, encouraging Black women to take action. Because I know some of y'all need encouragement. Everybody is not as proactive as I am. I am a proactive person. If I say I'm going to do something, it gets done. Come in hell and high water. I realize everybody is not like me. But, you can do it. You don't have to just take it. You don't. There is hope. You do have rights. You don't have to just take it. But I need you to understand that. And I need you to become your own advocate. And then go out and search for other advocates who are for you. And I'm one of those advocates, because I'm never going to condone people online, Black online, telling white men online, whoever it is. I'm not going to condone them telling people to go out and kill you, no matter what. Okay, you don't have a right to do that because you're angry and you disagree and you hate a Black woman. No, you don't have a right to do that. You don't have a right to incite violence. All right, guys. If you want to make a contribution to dark skin activism, I encourage you to go to my Cash App, which is $rashidalala. Once again, $rashidalala, and make a contribution. I'm gonna put that in the chat box. You can also go to my PayPal, which is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Once again, icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. And please make a contribution. And I'm glad that I was able to help somebody, because like I said, I know this message is for somebody out there. God's going to make them stronger. God, and I do believe in the Bible, so I will reference God every now and then. I grew up in a Pentecostal church. My mom was a Pentecostal Christian and my dad was a Muslim. But so I do have a profound belief in God. Let me tell you something. God will protect you. God will lead you, and God will guide you. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, "No weapons performed against me shall prosper." No weapons formed against me shall prosper. And you have to believe it. You have to eat it, sleep it, and believe it. And the most important way that you're eating it, sleeping it, and believing it is through your actions. Through your actions. Okay? Through your actions. All right? So, just reading some of the comments here. 5-7 said, "Did I hear that right? It is illegal to disagree with a Black woman." No, I never said that. I never said that. That doesn't make sense. Why would I say it's illegal to disagree with a Black woman? Why would I say that? It doesn't make any sense. What I said is, you have a right to not have people come online and threaten to kill you because you're a Black woman. Yes. So what I said, once again, is people do not have a right to threaten to kill you because they disagree with you because you're a Black woman. Right, Sean S. That's what I said. It's you can disagree, and I've said this more times than I can count. Maybe people aren't listening. Sometimes people hear what they want to hear. You can say stuff and you know what you be done said out your mouth, but people still gonna misconstrue and hear. I don't even care about that no more. The God gonna get the message to the right person that it's supposed to be to. People don't have a right to come and threaten to kill you, to come online and tell other people to kill you because they don't agree with you. Okay? And that is literally what people online are doing to Black women. They're doing it to Black women mainly. I can't really say, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, I can't really say if this is happening to white women, but my guess is it's not. My guess is that White women are not being threatened with death because of their views or because they're whites. Okay? I can't say that. And if you see an example of that online, I'm not going to condone that either, because like I said, I don't condone anybody coming online saying they're going to kill somebody. I don't condone that. It doesn't even make any sense. So once again, I want to encourage the Black women out there. I want you to go to your local police department, and I want you to go to the jurisdiction of the perpetrator, to their police department and to their court system, and I want you to file complaints. Anybody could do this. Now, and again, I want to be very clear. Make sure you have your evidence. Video evidence, email evidence, phone evidence. Have all your evidence of the death threats, the stalking, the harassment. Have all that together. Do not go into any jurisdiction lying. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the ones that are real victims of some. If somebody said they was going to do some bodily harm to you, they was going to kill you online, if they said, if they doxed you, if they told others to commit violence against you, what you need to do is go to your jurisdiction and file a complaint with the police department and with the court system. And then you need to go to the jurisdiction of the person that is the perpetuator of the criminal threats and file a complaint. Okay? Very, very important. And like I said, I'm going to keep on making these types of videos to encourage Black women to do this. I will not stop. No one's going to stop me. They already tried to, and none of the shit they did worked. None of it, including the hacking of my channel. None of it worked. None of it's going to work on me, because I don't have a problem taking whoever to court that I need to take to court, filing a report on whoever. I have no problem doing it, and I do it well. I do it well. So I'm unafraid, and I want you to take from my example. Don't be afraid. Don't be intimidated by these people and their wickedness. Continue to fight against them. Continue to fight against them. I'm on YouTube now. I'm online now, and I'm fighting against them. I'm continuing to fight. And I encourage you to do the same thing. Okay? And like I said, I see a couple of comments on here from people in different areas. Again, I want to, sometimes it's good to be repetitive. It's not going to be easy. Don't expect easy. Don't expect a walk in the park. Don't expect any of that. Okay? I wish I could tell y'all that it would be easy, but I can't lie to you. Okay? Some of y'all might luck up, and some of y'all may have it easy, but it's not easy. You have to be willing to continuously stand your ground and to continuously fight. Okay, here I am almost a year later. What this is, April, May, June, almost a year later, a whole year later, I'm still standing. I'm still standing. I ain't going nowhere. So that's the thing. You have to be willing to continue to fight. Okay? So again, and I want to be repetitive because I know that this is going to be good information for some people. What you want to do is three things actually. You go to your jurisdiction, you go to the jurisdiction of the perpetuator, and you also go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Do not be afraid. Yes, I do think you should do that. Yes. Don't be afraid to go to YouTube, because the more we approach YouTube, going to YouTube, and I can tell you this, actually does work. I can tell you this from my own personal experience. Don't be afraid to continue to reach out to YouTube. Don't be afraid to do that, because going to YouTube, y'all, it works. I've done it and it works. I gotta give YouTube a little bit of credit here. Okay. They were quite responsive to me. Okay. I gotta give them some credit. I can't even hate on YouTube on that. I'm an honest person. I give people credit where it's due. Okay. Going to YouTube works. It might be a little bit difficult to get in contact with them. I will tell you no lie. But what you're going to need is patience and a ton of persistence. You have to be patient, you have to be persistent, and you have to continue to just push forward. If, like I said, if you told no the first time, if that don't work the first time, it's okay. Understand, it's okay. You just keep persisting. You just keep going. And what I could tell you, I understand. I've been there, but you can't get tired. You can well, I'll take that back. You can't. We're human. You can rest, but you gotta remember. You gotta get up and you gotta keep moving forward. If you lay down and just stay there, that's the problem. No, we don't stay there. If I would have laid down and stayed there, let me tell you something. I wouldn't have my channel back. I wouldn't have had my channel back, and it took me 5 months. But I wouldn't relent because I knew that I was right. I knew that I had been done wrong. And like I said, that's why I'm saying to you, going to YouTube actually does work. Yeah. Shout out to YouTube in a lot of ways. But again, it requires persistence. It requires an understanding that you have rights, and that's how you got to look at this. You have rights. They're being infringed upon. And you have every right, because we live in America. This is America now. These the laws of the land that they said, hey, if this happens to you, you have a right to do X, Y, Z. But you have to be willing to do it. And that's where my encouragement comes in, because I'm a testimony to be able to, I believe that God brought me back on YouTube to be a testimony. I really believe that. God battle tested me. I've been through the battle and I done came out as gold and I'm still here. You understand? So it's for a reason. It's not for me to be taking no glory, because it's not about me. It's about me coming on here and being able to encourage somebody else to stand up and keep fighting. For somebody that want to just lay down and walk away and say, I'm tired of this and I can't take this no more. I'm here to say, baby, get up. Let's go. Dust it off. Get your little rest. Get you something to eat. Get you something to drink. Let's go. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep battling. We're not going to stop. That's what I'm here for. That's one of the purposes that God has given me. And that's why I'm here, sharing all of my everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly with y'all, letting y'all know, because I am a testimony to let you know that you can keep going. You can do it. You can accomplish it. Why? Because you see me, I'm right back here on YouTube. And I tell you, I don't want to get too much into it, because I can't talk too much about the litigation. But it was God. God is God. You know what God put in you, no man or woman could take it out you. It's just almost like Harriet Tubman. Nobody in the world could stop her. They do whatever the hell they want to do with Harriet Tubman, but they couldn't stop her. That's why they were so upset. They were so mad. They couldn't stop this lady. She was freeing them slaves. Like, oh my God, they couldn't. What you gonna do with Harriet Tubman? Nothing. There's nothing you could do. She was driven. Say, were you nervous talking to a federal judge? I just feel like I'm going to say something. Well, I wouldn't worry about that. I mean, what I would say is seek out legal help. Like I said, in every area of the world, usually there's some form of legal aid. Okay. And another thing that's very important is to be willing to read. Now, I know that some of us like to be on YouTube watching videos. I get it. But readers are leaders. Be willing to read, because when you start to read the law and when you start to read procedures, court procedures, all this kind of stuff, and begin to understand, it helps you. It helps you to get a solid foundation and say, okay, this is something I didn't know, and now I know, and then you can move in that direction. So one of the things that helps me is reading, massive reading. And another thing is, don't take no for an answer. Always be willing to ask for help. Another thing is to be humble. In front of when you talking to judge. I mean, because it's just basic. It's procedure. You gotta. There's rules to the game, and it's procedure. And you want to always be, whether you agree or disagree with those in authority or not, you always want to be respectful. You can respectfully agree and disagree with anybody. And it's just that persistence. And once you continue to do it and you're in the act of doing in engagement, then it comes easier. It becomes like second nature. You're like, okay, I'm in it. I'm in it for the long haul. It's like I'm ingrained in it. You're invested in it. And so that's why I'm saying the most difficult thing to do is to get started. But once you get started, oh man, you're going to figure it out along the way. And you're going to understand new elements that's going to just help you to understand why you're doing what you're doing. Okay. And then another part of it is to help other people. You'll understand, well, I had like for example, I'm just using myself as an example. I now know that God put me through what I went through to help other people, to help other Black women online. I went through, and like they say, there's a saying that goes, whatever don't kill you will make you stronger. And I hate cliches, but that is the truth. If it don't kill, they thought that that I was going to tuck my tail between my legs and run. I don't do that. That's not the type of person I am. I thank God, my mom and daddy, I'm just not built like that. You know, if it don't kill you, it's only going to empower you and make you stronger. And like I said, the thing is, you're helping other people. I realized that in the process of me going through every single thing I went through, it was to help other Black women who have been going, whether the women want it now or not is up to them. But I realize I'm being used, even though it's a painful thing to go through. But again, I'm battle tested. I mean, it is what it is. I'm here talking to y'all on YouTube. Proof. Got my channel back. And got some other things accomplished along the way. You know. So, it's all here to show other Black women, hey, you could do this too. So, that's really what it's all about. It becomes bigger than you. And I was going through my thing, and I'm still going through my thing. I told y'all, I'm seeing a therapist. And that part is helping Black women, because I want them to understand, talk about your therapy. Talk about your problems, what you've been going through as being stalked and harassed and threatened with death online. It's okay. Don't go around always fronting or pretending that you're strong, the strong Black woman. We're not always strong. We need a break. We need help. We need encouragement. But for God's sakes, don't quit. That's my thing. I ain't asking you to be the strongest person in the world. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not the strongest person in the world. I'm a human being. I have feelings just like any damn body else. And I felt pain. I felt sorrow. I felt anger. I suffered. I felt a lot of emotions. Okay. But the thing is that what you must remember, you can't quit though. And when you're feeling all that stuff, I understand. You still got to find a way to get up and fight for justice. And that's what I was able to do. And that's why I'm on here speaking to y'all right now. Because I promise you, it was hell getting my channel back. I speak on that at another time. But I was able to get my channel back on my own. And I did it. And I was able to accomplish some other things regarding Black women being harassed on YouTube for the greater good of other Black women. So that's why I'm saying I'm a living witness here. I'm a fighter, and I want you to become a fighter too. I want you to not give up. I want you to not run away and tuck your tail. No, you stay on the battlefield. you rest, and then you get up and you fight some more. And you keep fighting and you keep fighting and you keep fighting. That's just how I believe. I just personally cannot respect a person that is not willing to fight until the bitter end. We all gonna lose. That's not even an issue to me. We're all going to lose. We're all gonna fail. That's the nature of being a human being. Every last person that's breathing is going to fail at something. It's going to lose something. It's going to hurt over something. So we all in the same damn boat. To me, what separates the winners from the losers is that person that done failed and lost and failed and lost. Can you get your ass up and keep going and figure out another way? That's the key. And that's what I want to encourage the Black women on YouTube who have been threatened with death, stalked, doxed, harassed. I want you to get up and I want you to fight. I want you to take action. I want you to exercise your rights. I want you to exercise your constitutional rights. You have every right to do that. And that's what I'm here to encourage you to do. So I'm going to stop talking. I hope somebody got something out of this. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all share the video. I'm never going to stop fighting. I'm in litigation right now. I'm in a legal war. I'm not going to stop. And that's just what it is. And I encourage you all to keep going because I am sick and tired of people threatening to kill Black women, to dox Black women because you don't like them because they're Black women. That's insane to me. I want to say thank you to all of my supporters. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all because I got some ride or die supporters out there. I can't even lie, that God brought into my life to help me through these difficult times. And I adore you. I appreciate you. I love you. And I want every last one of y'all to know that, because you might not know, because I always talk about this is what happened, that happened, etc., etc. But I need y'all to understand how much I appreciate y'all and how much I love y'all and how much I adore y'all. Okay. And I'm unstoppable. We're unstoppable. So go out there and take action. And I'll talk to you guys later. Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skinned activist. Like I said, the Cash App is $Rashidalala. Once again, that Cash App is $Rashidalala. And one of the things that we're going to have to do as this, oh, you're welcome. Another thing too that's on my heart to do as this movement gets bigger to stop death threats and terrorist threats and stalking of Black women online, is we're going to have to get together. And trust me, this is from my own personal experience. You need money. That's another thing you need to understand. When you're fighting this war, this battle, at some point you're going to need some money. So we're going to have to come together as a collective and raise money to help. Let's say we get together with a group of, 20 Black women who have been harassed and stalked online. We're going to have to start pooling money together. And if this one needs something for a legal expense, we'll give it to her. This one, and then, so on and so forth. That's one of the biggest things that could stop someone from getting justice. That's why I said that's where your persistence and fight going to have to come in at. That's where you got to be a persistent ass motherfucker. You got to be a warrior. I just happen to be a warrior. Okay, you can't take no for an answer. You got to find a way. But it shouldn't have to always be like that. So I'm saying an easier way to deal with that is if we can organize and get a group of us together, we can start raising money for the collective to help pay for legal expenses. We need to be raising millions of dollars right now to be doing that as a collective. This part right here ain't got nothing to do with my own campaign. I'm talking about in the future, if we get together as a collective for Black women who have been stalked and harassed and we want to get legal representation, we're going to have separate funding. And I'm telling y'all, you better listen to me now from personal experience. I've had to fight like the hell to raise money. And I'm poor. I ain't got money like that. But I've been able to raise money, and I'm still raising money in this legal battle. I could raise money when people told me I couldn't do it. People said, you know what I'm saying? People said, shout out to everybody that's watching. People said I couldn't do it. I ignored it. That's another thing I want you to understand. Ignore the reality. Ignore the reality. Ignore what they tell you can't do. You got to to survive mentally, you got to ignore it. Stay focused on what you want and push them other motherfuckers to the side and keep going. That's why they be mad. That's why a lot of people be mad at me, because I know how to push motherfuckers to the side and keep going. You can say whatever you want out your mouth, but I'm going to push you to the side and I'm going to keep going towards my objective. So that's the thing. That's what we have to learn to do. But my ultimate goal to where I see this going is in the future, I would like to organize a collective of Black women, those that have been victimized and terrorized and cyber stalked online by these individuals. We're going to get together and we raise money and we set aside a fund, a legal fund, specifically for the individual women as they need help in fighting and pursuing their cases. Because that's what it's going to take. And I know, because I've had to do it myself. So that's why I can speak from experience and tell y'all some of the things that needs to be done that we need. We need lawyers. We also going to have to get some pro bono lawyers now. That's another thing. See, this is we're going to have to organize. We're going to have to get some pro bono lawyers that's fighters. They got to be riders like us. You understand? And get them together. So those are some of the things that I'm thinking of that I know that I can help. As I said, God brought me through this and put me through this. I went through hell and back. God put me through this to help other Black women. I already know it. I already know it. I already know it. I already know it. So yes, that's it for now, y'all. And I can't really speak too much on my litigation, except to say that I am in current litigation in a federal lawsuit right now. I have several lawsuits. I told y'all I'm not gonna quit till I get justice. I ain't gonna stop. I'm just not gonna stop. It's just not in my blood to give up. I don't believe in the word give up. I believe you fight and fight and fight and fight and fight and fight and fight until a motherfucker gotta knock me out and kill me. That's the only way. You know. So yeah, guys, that's what I want to do in the future. Organize a collective of Black women online and raise funds to help each Black woman with their legal fees, and get together a group's secret. The only reason, Goddess, yes, we need to get some lawyers together that's willing to fight. And I like I say, I can't really talk much about this litigation right now, except to say that my copyright was infringed upon, and I was forced to take legal action, and I do have a federal lawsuit as well as another lawsuit, and I'm not gonna stop fighting until I get justice. Until I get justice, we gotta fight, fight, fight. So thank y'all for listening. I appreciate y'all. It's Rashida Strober, the world's only dark-skinned activist, and I love y'all, and I'm praying for y'all. Pray for me. Keep me in your prayers. I do believe in God. Yes, I do. God brought me through this. God got my channel back. God also fixed some other things in regards to this litigation. So I know that it's real, and I know that we can do it. That's why I'm on here telling you, encouraging you to do it. Darkskinactivist.com. Once again, that cash app is $Rashidalala, $Rashidalala. And thank you very much, Secret, the only reason Goddess. And I'm gonna get on up out of here because I keep talking and talking and talking and talking. I gotta get some sleep. I know y'all gotta get some sleep too. Thank you for listening. Good night.